It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Wow.
Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us.
Wow.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the toilet paper, the clip, white paper, yellow paper, clipboard, small ledger. Guess we'll just start from the top.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Nah, it's cool.
Way cool. It says, everyone look at me and my toilet paper covered cop ledger. I don't care. My ledger is droopy and it smells like a urinal.
And I'm still gonna catch you. Clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the aluminum. Am I gonna take damage here or something?
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Hey, Lieutenant, what is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
Interesting. What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for example?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Turns to his neatly kept notes. All right, rub it in, Kim.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Yeah, I know. We know we're sorry. Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
We like to multitask, okay? They're just all going to get solved in the same, one swoop.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. Okay. We don't want to let on that, we don't remember anything.
Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
There was mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Makes sense to me.
A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
And then the unsolvable case part 2. And unsolvable case part 3. We gave them all titles. I love it. More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
I wonder if this is something we can think about. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
Yeah, that's the one.
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But do you also use the titular?
Yes, it appears I do.
Well, so do I. In our defense, officer, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
See? Me and Kim. It's my boy. What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more.
Whew!
15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
So, can you guys answer me this? Because, like, I must have interacted with this at some point, no? How early on could I have done this? Okay, commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event.
Kim, do you have a pen?
The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like
Kim.
large caliber bullets on an ammo belt.
My man.
It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to.
He wants to.
He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
You know you have to give me one, right? That is how human society works, I believe. Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
He pulls one from the loop. With this beauty, commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
I think maybe I interacted with it, but it didn't have the crowbar yet, and I just never went back to it, maybe? I don't really remember. I've been playing this game for a while now, guys. It's been like... I think I'm into like almost like 30 episodes. Like I can't remember where I'm at this point. So it's the stuff at the beginning is starting to get a little bit hazy.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man, that's boring. The Furies are at home in the mirror. The setting sun, shit on a stick. The setting sun. The Hanged Man is really, it's the best. None of these other ones make any sense. I mean, this one kind of makes sense to us because of what's going on with our mirror. The setting sun. I'm going to go with the Hanged Man. It's just the other ones don't really... But that doesn't really match our personality. I'm going to go with the Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest. I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also...
He furrows his brow.
Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
The setting sun?
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Shit on a stick.
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it.
Kieran Kim said cockfinger just got to
me. An idiot
me.
and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
Fun is outlawed with this guy. What a knock!
The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
I like that the game is thinking exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to pick that. But the other ones don't make any sense.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I'm not inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Wait, browse the case file at the end. Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow.
We'll get back to the check.
Some bright red. All covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
So, could I have used if we had gotten in there, could I have used my field autopsy forms? I gotta say, us realizing that we didn't have our forms is pretty fucking hilarious, though.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Okay, misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Maybe we could use that to make some money. Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
Field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Okay, enough of those.
Yes, all that remains now is is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers.
Yeah.
Interview requests for bad guys. And field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
So look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Ah. What did you say the color was? No. Shake the ledger. I can't look into it? Okay, shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Our badge?
And something small inside. Light, made of paper or cardboard. Or dried flowers, perhaps.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
White. They're both whites. Okay. Smell it? I think this is probably a bad idea.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Just described just like a meal you'd order at a restaurant.
You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
I know. Sylvie already told me I dunked it in the toilet.
If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it?
The option to sniff was there, so. I'm a policeman. This is police work. I'm just following the leads, you know?
Torturing your own nose for no reason is not conducive to case cracking, bud.
Are you angry with me, Nose?
Yeah. Turns out your nose doesn't like self-indulgent literal shit huffing. Quelle fucking surprise. Come on, no more. The ledger is going back down, away from your nose now.
Okay, logic and interfacing. Let's do this. Where's my logic glasses? Okay. Where's my logic shirt? Okay. Wait, what was the other thing? Was it interfacing? It's getting a bit late. I've been recording for a while now, so my memory is getting hazy. Pretty sure it's interfacing. Okay. Blue oblong pen. Oh, I can pawn it. Oh, I could have pawned this other stuff. $450. Can I still write if I pawn? A blue pen like a large... That's like... I didn't even think of that. That's another reason why Kim was like hesitant to pass it over. Blue pen like a large caliber bullet that shoots out ink. Once belonging to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Kitsuragi, sorry. Comes with a side order of resentment. Yeah. You're kidding.
It's the ledger you found. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
Interface, okay. Okay, let's do the one we're going to fail first.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly...
I wasted the good roll. Well, no, maybe it's not a waste. I need the good roll on this one, right?
The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
It's gotta be.
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Fuck it, pick up the ticket stubs. God damn it!
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Ah, okay. Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers,
Oh.
floral patterns, patches of glue.
That's nice. Smell it.
It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored.
Better than urinal cakes and feces and rotting meat.
Exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum.
Oh. Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
It'll make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far
We
away.
need happiness.
You feel the card slipping into it.
What was that?
Frisson covers your entire body, a feeling of cold, a persistent chill.
I guess we throw the card in the wind, right? No, I want to be happy. Hold on to it. Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out,
Just got dark.
you're asleep behind me. It says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Wait, item lost? Damage? What?
No. Hold on.
Hold on!
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. What is happening?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
No, I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brava.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
So that letter was our ex-wife or whatever. That was from her, right?
Because it's always there.
Paleo-mammalian cortex, the shadow. Thought gained white morning.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do?
And that was her chewing her gum, like her scent. It smelled so nice.
It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Was that the X something? The
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
So my name appears to be Harry?
Your name is fuck all.
It certainly ain't Harry.
And what is it?
Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere.
Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Damn, that was intense.
Drink. Water.
No, I don't wanna.
There is no use arguing with me. You will die if you don't. Drink.
Voice is pressing.
There really is no use arguing with him. This is him exerting the reserves of authority he usually withholds. You can't even try to resist. All you can do is...
Drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Okay, drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same. I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. Dehydrated, it won't happen again. Should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
I think I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
Hands you the remains of your ledger.
You dropped these.
Ledger of
Are you
failure and
okay to
hatred.
proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
Okay, so we actually got White Morning. Temporary research bonus -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter. At the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Okay, let's, tools. Oh. +1 Inland Empire and +1 Empathy, -2 to Authority. Sounds like us. We can equip it. Before it was just an interactable, wasn't it? Which reminds me.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Did it change the ledger based on the choices that I made, or just because I passed that check? I'm curious. You guys can answer that in the comment section.
Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper is stuck to the back.
Okay. Can I read the case files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the Next World Mural.
Wait, HDB 41, weren't those Officer Precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
I think Harry Dubois is our name. I don't think it's Raphael, guys. Shit! Hard to argue with logic.
Harry Dubois, HDB. Still feels like there's something missing from that.
I think what you meant to say was RAC, Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
No, the alphanumeric begins with HDB.
Okay, I'm ready to admit I'm not Raphael and go on with my life.
That's comforting to hear. Now, detective, it takes half an hour to piece one of these together, if you still want to. Here are your options.
Okay, the Next World Mural. That sounds cool. The Unsolvable Case. The Square Bullet Hole Murders. The Couch in an Unexpected Location. Murder at the Hookah Parlor. I think the Next World Mural sounds cool.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World Mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Keep going.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Keep the mural, it is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
Anarchy! I can revisit this.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
We're going to put the ledger away for now, and it's about time we go talk to the smoking man, so let's go do that.